All right, everyone. Is the Chicago real estate market sinking right now? Because ultimately, real estate's kind of on everyone's mind right now, whether you own a home, rent a home, just browsing social media and looking on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever the case may be. Real estate is kind of on everyone's mind right now. And with, what's going on in the world with the economy, inflation, et cetera, and, with us cruising through summer, I thought I'd just give my opinion on my thoughts on what's happening with the current Chicagoland real estate market. And we're going to cover it right now. And let's get after it. Check it out. All right, welcome back to the channel, you guys. My name is Blankenship, your favorite Chicagoland realtor with Keller Premier Properties. And, over the past month, I posted a video, I believe in the end of May, kind of about that real estate market shift here and going into the summer and everything like that, with rates, where everything kind of was and so on and so on. And right now, past couple of weeks, we saw the interest rates kind of jump up 0.75%. And ultimately that affected a lot of people out here in, the Chicagoland real estate market, especially the clients that I work with. And, I just find it rather interesting because we kind of expected, these rates to, ultimately jump because inevitably, we are heading into a recession, unfortunately, but just because we're in a recession and, everything like that doesn't mean that's all gloom and doom for the real estate market and, just everything in general, because out of the past 6 recessions, there's only been 2 times where home prices have dropped, '08, and there was another time where prices dropped minimal. The market that we're currently in right now is, for different reasons than what happened in '08 ultimately. But right now, what I'm seeing in kind of the Chicagoland real estate market, and I'm going to talk about the Western suburbs specifically. And actually, I'm going to pop up something right now on my screen. It's actually the information for May right now. So I'm pretty excited to see where June, falls the line when it comes to supply and demand, when it comes to DuPage County real estate. And you can see this is kind of the 2-year period. So we can see in May 2022, we had just under 3,100 homes for sale, and we had 1,400 of those homes under contract. And then when we go back to May 2021, we see that there were about 4,500 homes for sale with 1,800 under contract. And if you follow those trends from May 2021, going through the summer, we saw that, good spike in inventory from June, July, and it kind of died down a little bit in August because of school starting and whatever the case may be. And in my thoughts right now, especially with just seeing what the interest rates did in June and, just working with a lot of buyers and sellers around here in DuPage County and the surrounding counties here in the Chicagoland area, is that when the June numbers come out, I ultimately don't think they're going to show the promise that I would have hoped for. And I know a lot of my clients hope for that are, looking for homes ultimately, right? I see right now is that, I do see a handful of price changes. We are still in a seller's market where, there's less than 4 months supply of inventory when it comes to homes and everything like that. So we are still in a seller's market, but it feels like buyers are, putting their foots on the brakes. And, we're seeing still multiple offer situations on, certain homes and stuff like that. But, we're not seeing 15 to 20 offers. We're seeing, 5 or under, unless, it's really HGTV style and, it's deserving all the attention, right? Because a lot of people right now, especially if they're going to pay that high price, they pretty much want everything done. So it's been rather interesting lately because, like I said, I've been seeing some price changes. Homes aren't going off the market over a weekend a lot of times. Maybe it's, going for a week. And while it feels good, especially if you're a buyer, you can, breathe a little bit more and have some time, searching for homes. And, a lot of people, are kind of nervous about what's happening in the economy, rates being volatile. We're supposed to see, 2 more interest rate hikes. I talked to my, my loan officers that I work with and stuff like that. And, they do predict rates, being at the upper 6s. Hopefully they don't hit the 7s, but, ultimately we never know. But I want to talk about everything from a seller's perspective. And I'm going to talk about kind of an example with my parents right now, right? My parents refied their home here in Glen Ellen. And, when it was a great time to refinance rates back in the beginning of COVID and stuff like that. And ultimately they want to downsize, but they're kind of in this position where they're super comfortable with their monthly mortgage and they ultimately don't want to sell their house because they know they're going to probably have relatively the same mortgage payment that they do on their current home, and they're still okay with the home and everything like that. The space is fine. Do they really need a downsize? Probably not yet, but ultimately want to and cash out. They're getting older and stuff like that. But kind of here in DuPage County, I kind of see that trend where, a lot of these people that own those, upsize homes, like those kind of forever homes kind of thing, they did get that refinance. And, they have this interest rate and this monthly mortgage that they're very comfortable with. And ultimately, they want to sell, but they don't really want to jump this market where the interest rates are higher and we're still in the seller's market and prices are still high as well, right? So that has been very interesting to say the least. And, for the buyers out there in the market, a few of my clients didn't really get affected by, the interest rates and stuff like that. But ultimately, it's affected a lot of people, right? I mean, a 6.25% interest rate, especially, that we've been seeing, threes, fours, etc., over the past year and stuff like that. And ultimately, that 3% interest rate increase from just a year has, affected a lot of people, right? Especially when the prices haven't really came down or anything like that. And ultimately, do I see the prices coming down? I think there will be an adjustment and everything like that. I don't see a crash in my opinion, but ultimately I don't have a crystal ball. And these are kind of just my opinions on what I'm seeing in the market, especially my hyper local markets that I service. And, buyers, like I said earlier, that they're really just putting their foot down and really, looking for that move and ready home, right? I have a lot of clients that are kind of in their first home and they want to upsize. And, they're in position to do so, but they're really just waiting, for that home to kind of pop up. And, like I work in the DuPage County a lot, we in Glen Ellen, Naperville, Lombard, et cetera. And, I look at the real estate market, especially the summer real estate market. And I was really hoping for a good spike of inventory to come on. And while I put on a few listings in the summer and, I have a lot of sellers that I chat with on a daily and weekly basis, it's, we kind of have like 2 to 3 weeks of that summer market whenever I'm posting this video to kind of go under contract on a home, close on it. And if you have kids and you're trying to put your kids in school, especially if you're not in that school district yet, to enroll them. So it's definitely been interesting. I'm definitely very curious to see what kind of happens in the real estate market, for the rest of the summer and what we're going to see in the fall. And if rates jump up, and, I'm hoping for a good supply, hopefully these 2 weeks for one last hurrah, especially if, people want to jump into, get their kids in school and stuff like that. But, ultimately the question is the Chicagoland real estate market sinking? And ultimately, I don't think so, in my opinion. I think we're going to see change, 4 to 6 months supply been for more of a neutral balance market. And, we're still hovering around that low 1 month supply, depending where you're looking at, a little more, a little less. And ultimately, I kind of look at it as, is this the new normal for now, right? Because how do we get back to a balanced market, right? We need a lot more inventory to come on. Ultimately, money was cheap, a year and a half, beginning of COVID and stuff like that for what the government did and everything like that to kind of fight this. But, it's interesting. It's, I'm out in the field a lot, work with a lot of buyers and sellers. My team and I help a lot of people out with their Chicagoland real estate needs. And, I like just bringing this information to you guys. But ultimately, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think about what's happening in the market right now. And, if you're considering relocating here from out of state, city, let me know what your local market is doing from your opinion. And if you have questions about buying, selling, or investing here in the Chicagoland real estate market, my team and I would be absolutely honored to kind of help you guys out. Call, text, shoot me an email. All my information is down below in the description. Probably popping up on the screen right now. But, like I said, give me your thoughts on the market. I love to chat about it. Give me a call, what you're thinking. If you have plans to ultimately sell next year in 2023, give me a call. We can kind of figure out a game plan. If you're looking to make some improvements in your home, I can walk to your home and give you my thoughts. And, at the end of the day, I appreciate all you guys watching, supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. And I will see you guys on the next one.